Welcome back. New year, new show. Well, same show, same people. New year. How's that? This is Dad School Podcast. I'm Josh. That's Jimmy. Um, how you guys doing? All y'all one person?
All y'all's out there.
All y'all's out there. Oh, you have the mug. That's awesome. And you waited right to that moment to use it.
It holds a lot of coffee.
One of the downsides of sleeping in this morning was that my coffee wasn't turned on until about 5 minutes before the show started. So I have no coffee this morning. I have boring water. Okay. Welcome back. Jimmy, how was your new year?
It was good. It was good. We saw fireworks and things.
It's all.
It was yeah.
Fireworks.
All the explosions outside.
Yeah. So if I remember right, you said the best place to look at the new year or bring the new year in is in your car, right at midnight.
Yeah, we ended up the friend's house that we were at just kind of like 10 minutes before midnight. It was just kind of time for bed. So we're like, okay. So we hopped in the car and started driving home. But actually ended up being really cool because I mean, like 4th of July probably has more fireworks throughout the night, but it's not all basically set to a timer. We realized on New Year's Eve, then it's just like the entire sky all erupts at the same moment. And that was actually really kind of cool to just be driving down the highway and be completely surrounded by fireworks all at once. Like it was a pretty neat experience, it turns out. But then, yeah, we just pulled in the garage and went upstairs and went to bed. That was it. Happy New Year.
You guys are party animals, Jimmy. I don't know if we can keep up with you.
We are.
Yeah, we played board games and sat around eating snacky snacks until midnight and then went to bed. So we're not much more exciting, I guess. Okay, so now that the holidays are over, we have that like void feeling. Like we wish there was a lot more excitement to look forward to, but there's not. Maybe Martin Luther King Jr. Day is coming up. That's a holiday we can look forward to.
President's Day is on its way.
Is that?
I didn't mean to wrap there.
I was trying to think, like, is that a holiday I get off for? I was trying to remember. I don't think so.
I think schools do. I don't think like businesses do, but I think it's like usually a day off from school.
That's why I was saying MLK Day, because that one I get off for. Anywho, with all that being said, post-holiday burnout is our topic today, Jimmy. I don't know if you feel it. I feel it a different way than we're going to describe, but we'll talk about that too. But the whole idea behind this is the holiday ends, the pressures don't. You're still feeling like you're just stressed out. You have all these things you've been doing. You have all these, you have to go back to work now if you even took off. But it's just it's hard, and you're feeling maybe the stress of the holidays. Maybe you had a good holiday. Maybe you're the perfect dad and you had a perfectly good holiday. And your family was all perfect and no one got on each other's nerves. You didn't have too much family around. If that's the case, listen up because this might happen to you next year. But if it's not the case, we're going to talk about that. Like, why is it so hard? Is this normal? Should I want to hurt people all the time? No, you should not want to hurt people all the time. That's the answer. But no, burnout sneaks up on you, and we're going to talk about kind of different kinds of burnout and how you feel that, why you feel that way, and then we're going to talk about some maybe solutions. As with everything from this podcast, we are not experts on anything other than being decent dads in our own eyes.
Not a doctor.
Not a doctor. Don't take any medical or psychological advice from us at all. Also, before we get started, I want to call out that this is season 2, episode 1. You did not see that wrong. We have made it a whole year, even though we have not hit our
started halfway through the year.
Yeah, it was February we started, wasn't it? January.
I have to look back.
Yeah, let's look back. It's a terrible announcement for that, not having that data together. But I figured new year, new season. So this is season 2, episode 1. Uh, let's get started. Jimmy, if it's so common for dads to feel burnout, why does it feel so hard all the time?
I
How's that?
mean, isn't that saying the same thing twice?
It is. I was hoping you could make it better the second time if I said it again.
I mean, I think the holidays in particular, it seems, are just a tough time for lots of people in general, not necessarily only dads. There's just all the pressure of all the people that you need to see, all the extra events, church events, school events, other community organizations you might be a part of have events, work party, like everything is trying to cram on your schedule in about a 5 week window. On top of that, mm, to be an acceptable member of society, you're supposed to go spend a whole lot of money on everyone, going to the mall, going to the Target, to Amazon over and over again. Those poor Amazon drivers, I'm sure they're feeling relief right now, having the holiday crush behind them now.
Well, now it's
Um,
return season.
but now it's return season. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, there's, I guess, just the external expectations are on everyone's shoulders of all the things you're supposed to do to be part of the holiday season, and that can weigh on you. You could end up feeling your finances are stretched way too far, or you had to um, cut corners someplace else. It's hard for us sometimes. We'll just have competing calendar events where we have to say no to one group or another because different things from different groups get scheduled at the same time, and it seems like someone always gets their feelings hurt from that. Like, I can't help it, I have to say yes or no to one or the other, and unfortunately you got the no this time, and inevitably that can cause headaches. There's also, there could be in-laws can be a point of contention for a lot of families.
No, what
And
never
when
happens, Jimmy?
you get Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving and Christmas this close together, that oftentimes for a lot of households that can be a major headache, having to try to deal with that stuff. So yeah, I mean, the holidays wrap up a whole lot, and then you're stuck inside because it's cold, so you're not like out and about as much, getting fresh air, getting good sunshine. I think there's a lot to that in the psychology of things, where you're just kind of cooped up. You get cabin fever on top of all this other stuff. That can be one thing. I find the holidays, I don't know, I'm nostalgic or something. I get excited with all the twinkly lights and the fire in the fireplace and all that sort of stuff, and too many cookies.
I need to get back to this nostalgia feeling because I think starting the past couple years, holiday seasons, all holidays for me, I feel like I've peaked at some part in my life, and it's not ever going to be that great of a holiday again. Which sounds really negative. I feel like I've
Yeah,
already lived the best holiday I'm ever going to have. And every other holiday
that's
after that is
unfortunate.
just terrible, which it sounds really depressing and sad, and it's 110% a me problem. It's my problem and my own how I approach holidays. But I think this burnout has a lot to do with it. Like I think everything, all these things you just listed, all the pomp and circumstance, all the things that you're supposed to do, I think they weigh on me a lot during the season. And I don't know, do you in your family, Jimmy, are you the scheduler? Like, do you schedule everything, or is that your wife?
Yeah. Oh, that's my wife. She is the keeper of the time slots.
Okay, so
Not me at all.
but whenever a plan comes up, are you the one who plans it all out, or are you there along for the ride, or is it more of like a conversation and you guys do it together?
Like, if it's something we're hosting?
Maybe, or if you're going someplace, like what I'm trying to get at here is like in my household, my wife, we have a shared Google Calendar, a family view, and our kids actually can see it too. They forget they have access to that, so they're always surprised. But we always put things on the calendar so we're not surprised and we all know what we're doing. But then you have like, okay, take so and so to soccer, and maybe it's common sense that you know exactly when soccer is and you know exactly when you should leave to get there. Um, but I don't necessarily do that math in my head all the time. So I'll ask, hey, when we leaving? Or something like that. So she is a scheduler, a logistic person in that sense. She'll be like, oh, we're leaving 20 minutes beforehand. Maybe it's something I could come up with myself, but I don't because it's just not what I do. I don't know. I probably should. But do you guys like talk about like, okay, what time do we need to leave? Let's talk about this. Let's sit down. Let's have a little discussion.
Well, yeah, I'm really good with routine. When it's the
Okay.
same repeatable pattern, I do okay with remembering where I'm supposed to be with the kids or, whatever's going on. Like
Hmm.
that's good for me. And then the holidays do like throw a wrench because everything like all you're out of all of your classes, all of our homeschool co-ops and other activities, those all change, they're gone. So then something else like fills that void and
Hmm.
I can't ever keep it straight. So yeah, like I've occasionally I'll grab my wife's scheduler. Like she's got one of the big spiral books uh that has all the data is all in
So
there.
so you're a hard copy family.
Yeah, not
You don't
digital,
do
but I'll
digital? Ooh.
no, I'll sneak looks at it from time to time if
Are you allowed?
I can get away with it. Yeah. It needs to stay like where it lives. It because it's like holy information for our household. It needs to not be misplaced. But otherwise, yeah, we'll talk about it and then I'll forget and then I'll ask again and I feel ashamed and because I can't keep it straight when things get all weird.
Okay. So that might be a point of stress in your life in the
It has been.
holidays, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So I mean, it does like I like the break part of the holiday for my kids' schedules because then everything stopped for a while. I actually find myself annoyed whenever there is a sporting event or anything that happens that normally happen, but around the holidays. So I'm like, this is supposed to be a downtime, not a let's rush and go do something else time. So I don't know. So burnout, Jimmy.
Mhm.
Is it always like what does it look like for you in your life? Is it dramatic or is it something that's like weighs on you slowly?
I think it like builds up slowly and then it's the sort of thing where you just suddenly realize and it can like snap to a dramatic point all at once sort of thing. Like I've experienced that a couple times, but in general, it's just kind of an ongoing, um, just grinding feeling.
Yeah.
You're getting tired because you realize when you look back, you realize you weren't seeking out any sort of renewal or opportunity for being refreshed or refilled. Those are all like really positive words. But
Yeah.
the doing things for yourself, the thing that like, okay, this is what makes me feel energized. This is what makes me feel alive. And if you don't prioritize that for yourself, because everyone's wired differently, then yeah, it absolutely catches up with you. Just the monotony of life, the things that have to be done in order to keep a roof over your head and your bills paid and keep your kids entertained and educated. Like it can after a while just it can get to you. But you got to do things for yourself sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I had 2 weeks off of work, and I had a whole list of things I wanted to do for myself, and it was a selfish list. It was purely like, I want to maybe start watching Star Wars again from the start, like the very beginning, and do chronological. I've done that a couple of years ago. And that was pretty fun, but it's gonna take that'd take a month or so to go through them all.
Oh,
But
you're talking about even all like the animated
everything. Oh
shows.
yes, oh yes. Everything in order. So you have like a timeline view of the whole universe. That was fun to do, but they keep on adding stuff. When I was in the middle of that last time, they started adding stuff, and I was like annoyed because I was like already past that, and I had to go back. And it didn't make any
Yeah,
sense
see,
anymore.
your problem is you took your 2 weeks off during the holidays, which
Yeah,
immediately means there's going to be lots going on. You need to do it just in the middle of summer when no one's doing anything.
that's a
But then
good
you're not
idea.
outside enjoying all the sunshine. You're just staring
I'm
at your
okay with
TV
that.
screen, and that's
I'm okay
sad.
with not enjoying the sunshine. Trust me. I'm not a sunshiny person. I like a cloudy day is my favorite kind of day. Um, no, but I didn't get anything done that I wanted to done. I know there's a list my wife wants me to do. I didn't do any of that either. Um, my kids had a list of things they wanted me to do with them. I did some of that. I played some games with them, but like I didn't do what I wanted to do. And it really felt like a not gonna say a waste of time, but I feel no better than I went into the holiday season. How's that sound? Like I had literally 2 weeks solid off, and the holidays in the middle of that we had one, two, three family birthdays, and then we had Christmas, and that was just a lot, you know. So it was yeah, trying to power through that, trying to get through each, different event we're doing. I found myself kind of just not really depressed, but not happy. Like just kind of at the end of the day, staring off into space, like, man, another day. Kind of like, I don't know, wistfully wishing that it was different, but not really doing anything to change that. So I mean, this whole episode like wasn't intended to make me think about myself, but man, I think I'm really feeling it this season. Like it has
Mm.
just been a blah season for me. And I don't think anybody did anything wrong. I mean, everyone around me, my family was fine. Um, I think it's just me and my perception, and I don't know, like expectations were high to accomplish something this holiday season, and nothing happened.
You're
And
almost
now,
at the point in your life where it's time to go get the little red sports car.
oh, I love that.
Going through the midlife,
Yeah, maybe,
midlife
but
funk.
the current life finances does not support a midlife crisis at this time. I'll have
Mm,
to check
mm.
back later when we're a little more financially sound. Actually, we're making some good yeah. It's moving on. So how do we deal with this blah feeling? And that's like how are you going to deal with this, Josh, if you're having all these problems and you obviously can't get out of your funk? Well, fear not self. There are some easy things we can do. Um, Easy being I can say them. The hard part's actually doing them, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, so January, like I don't know. I asked you this question yesterday. What's your New Year's resolution, Jimmy?
yeah. And I
Uh,
didn't like that question.
I know you hated that question, and I
Yeah.
actually, in general, scoff at resolutions because I don't think I've ever fulfilled one. Um, my wife, man, amazing woman. She, um, last year she made a resolution to read a book like every week, I think, and she did it. Like she read like 50 something books. I don't remember exactly number of books she got. If she didn't do it, she got dang close. And that was impressive to me. She put her mind to it. She says, "I'm going to read a book, X amount of books this year." And I see her every single night before bed, usually sitting upstairs in our room on a little chair, reading a book. And that
Now,
that to
see,
me is
if that was my resolution, like I'm a slow reader, so like no one would ever we wouldn't have meals cooked. There would be nothing done around the house. I mean, well, I've got to get my book in this week, so sorry, everyone else has to fend for yourself for the entire year.
it's like it's like one of those side picture reading books, like the big letters.
Yeah,
And it's like this is gonna be a hard one to get through this year.
I finally finished Cat in the Hat. Oh, I barely got it under the wire.
One what next year's challenge is gonna be. No, but so she's a good motivator to like set goals and stick with things. She's a marathon runner. She runs for fun. That just blows my mind still. Like right now, she's running on a treadmill downstairs. Um, she's just
That's what that
really
sound is.
disciplined. What?
So that's what that sound is.
Yeah, you can't hear it.
No, I can't hear it.
Um, but like she's disciplined. So like for me, and this ties back into the depression thing. Like I never really like setting goals like that because I always feel like I'm never gonna hit them. But you know what the problem is? It's usually either an unobtainable goal or I set too many of them. So I think the idea is you don't need to be overly ambitious for January. You don't need to be overly ambitious for the new year. You just need to think smaller. You need to think repeatable, small things that you can start with. And bet you, I bet myself that once I start doing those small things, I'll start seeing success, and then that'll build, and I'll want to do something else. Hopefully. um, so like for example, as a dad, we've always preached this, Jimmy. Be present, be there, don't leave your family, stick through things, work problems out, all these different things. And I know we've been saying it every single time, but that's like the number one priority in your life as a dad is that you need to be there. And we're talking about your mental health really in this episode, and your like ambition levels, your how you're feeling. And a lot of that is reflected in like what you do, if that makes any sense. Like if you are a couch potato bumping the log because you're sad and depressed and have no life goals, I mean, that's something that maybe you can start with this year. Like one thing, I want to do one extra thing, one habit I want to start this year. And you just start small. Start with that. Like every single morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to choose a Bible plan and read a section of the Bible. Not a whole section, but like an easy. Sarah, my wife, and I have been going through, actually with our oldest son this time. We just started the Bible recap series from Tara Lee Cobble, and it's a daily study. You read through a couple chapters each day, and there's a little bit of a recap. There's a YouTube video you can watch. I have it on my phone, and I'll listen to my Bible app, or actually read the Bible verses to me. And it's not like cherry picking verses. It's going straight through the Bible. The plan is designed through the entire year. If every single day you do this plan, you will get through the entire Bible with a very, I would say, good and deep understanding about what it means, because they go in, that you read the verses, and then like for me, that's not enough sometimes, because I know God's word supposed to be enough always, but like I could read something and I could take it the completely wrong way. So it's nice to have someone in expository fashion break it down in the recap part of it. So I highly encourage to find a simple a verse a day through the year Bible plan. That's a great way to start the new year, is to start on day one and just keep with it. If you forget, if you miss a day, it's not the end of the world. Don't give up. Keep going. That's a good way to start. It's a little small something that you can do every single day, and you'll see that grow. Another thing is, don't do like a huge weight loss gain, like weight loss fitness goal. My opinion. This is Josh's opinion only, because that's like so standard. Like everyone does that. Do something to actually improve how you interact with people. Now, if you need physically working out more, like some of us, all of us probably could use a little exercise in life. Yes, but don't make that like if you fail. But what I often see, or I often do also, is you put like stake in your worth as a person into if you can accomplish that silly goal. And it's really easy to fall off of that bandwagon of working out. And how fast do you start feeling bad about yourself again when you can't make the gym? Like, I hate going to the gym. I absolutely hate that environment. I hate going there. It's a lot of effort to get in the car. There's so many roads you can turn away from the gym to do something else, and it's easy not to go. So I think it's just setting yourself up for failure if you're putting all your stake into, I'm gonna be better at the gym this year, and then you fail one day in, and then what are you gonna do the rest of the year? Cry, probably.
Well, I
So
got to give you my
yeah,
take on
you give me a take.
resolutions. I don't like them. I hate them. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. So I had an actual like moment of internal crisis when we ran into each other at church yesterday, and you're like, "Hey, I want you to have your resolutions ready for the show." And for a split second, was like, okay, I guess even though it's like 4 days past New Year's and I haven't made resolutions like hardly ever in my life, I guess I need to come up with something and pretend that I made one. I was like, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm just that's not how I operate. Um, so yeah, my take on resolutions is coming up with something once a year. I understand the cadence of going through life in that time at the end of a year, that it's a time of ends up being a time of reflection. That's when you're seeing a lot of family, maybe reconnecting with lots of relationships and friendships from the past or even just the most recent year. Like I was saying earlier, the office work parties, and you're actually just hanging out and not focused on work stuff. So it's a chance to kind of reminisce over what all happened over the last year. So you kind of go into this natural review time at during the holidays, and then suddenly New Year's comes up. So you're already in this mindset of reviewing where you've been, either recently or even in your childhood because you've been seeing your family members. But you're in this review session, and then a new year. So it seems like, okay, we're flipping the calendar over. So new year, new me. That's the phrase
Yeah.
we always hear. My issue with that, and the thing I don't like about it, is what I hear from other people's experiences is you get about maybe a month into the year, and
Mhm.
congrats on your wife getting through an entire year of reading her books. Like, that's impressive. Most people might get through January, maybe they'll get through
Mhm.
February,
Yep.
and then it breaks off. They get out of their habit. They miss one day, or 1 week, depending on whatever your the cadence of your resolution was. And then you're like, well, I broke it. It's done. I can't
Yep.
keep this year's resolution. I guess I have to wait till next year.
Yep.
So that's why I don't like them. And I'm by no means perfect. I don't have everything sorted out, and I don't have everything like, well, Jimmy's all hunky dory and he doesn't make mistakes, or anything he's put his mind to, he gets it done. False. Like, that's not
We're on the
the
same page,
case.
Jimmy. We're on the same page.
Yeah. But so when we were talking about it yesterday, and then it like stuck with me all afternoon. And then this verse came to my mind, and it's Revelations, Romans, the other R, the other R one, Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the pattern of this world. Like once a year, January 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Don't conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And you'll be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. And so I was just, yeah, it's a daily thing. Every day is a new opportunity, because every day you're going to screw up with something. Every hour is a new opportunity. You don't have to wait till January 1st to say, this is my opportunity to see some change in my life.
Mm.
It's March, and I know that I've got some things I need to work on, but I gotta wait till January 1st. So
Yep. You gotta
no, like
wait.
every every day when you wake up is a new opportunity, a fresh start, if that's the way you need to look at it. Or just, you know what, the past is the past. I might have made some mistakes that there could be some consequences I have to deal with in the future, but the past has happened. Today, this is in my present. What can I handle today that could set me up for a better trajectory? And if I mess up, like, give yourself some grace, and try again tomorrow, or try again after lunch, or try again before bedtime. If it's I'm going to read a chapter of a book before I fall asleep every night, instead of doom scrolling on my phone. If you missed last night, guess what? Tomorrow night, you can try again. It's okay to give yourself some forgiveness, and don't go, well, there goes this year. The whole year is lost because I missed a day. All right. We were traveling and I missed a whole week. Well, now I got it. No, it's okay. Like, yeah, I think giving ourselves the opportunity to forgive ourselves, and extend some grace to ourselves, can go a long way. And we are really bad at that as a society, of having that being part of our regular practice. And I think that's where this time of year The January burnout, it can be real because a lot of people fail their resolution within the first week. And
Yeah.
then all of your bills from all of the Christmas shopping all start piling up. And yeah, January can be, and it's cold, it's dreary, and you're not hanging out with your friends because everyone else just wants to stay home because of December was nuts. So then you're lonely. Like, yeah, January burnout's a thing. And it has to be navigated. So I think digging in with your family and understanding that is a start. Getting making sure you're still showing up at church if you haven't been going. Um, that's community right there. Have that be built into your routine. Makes a big difference.
So you're not talking about setting new goals and new expectations that you can fail on. You're really talking about a reset of sense, like reset
Sure.
to how you should be operating, not conforming to the norm. Um, don't add things, take them off, maybe like reset your schedule, reset your expectations. Like you just said, if you failed, that's fine. Do better. So I mean
I,
that
I believe the biblical word from the verse I just read was a renewing, a
renewing,
renewing. Yeah.
renewing. We'll use that word instead. Jimmy, all throwing the scripture at me this early. Come on. Uh, all right. So okay, so we fixed the dad problem right there. That's it. Renewing.
Solved. Everyone
Everything
needs to
solved.
hear this episode.
Right. We should just clip that one section of Jimmy talking and cut everything else out because that's solved.
That's it. You're
Um,
welcome, world.
what about your family, Jimmy? How do you take care of that problem? Not problem. That was the wrong word. How do you take care of leading them through your burnout and their burnout? Like, how do we do this?
I mean, it's got to start with just an acknowledgement that
Okay.
everyone's got their pile of stuff of junk. So I was like I was saying, be willing to extend yourself some grace. You got to do that with your family too, and that's a conscious decision. That's not something that I think we're in our fallen selves. We're not naturally wired to just be willing to cut a little slack when someone makes a mistake, or um, we have a tendency to do the what's the Nelson from The Simpsons, point and laugh. Yeah, you point whenever someone messes up. Like, I think that's our natural inclination. That's our sin self that wants to do that.
Yeah.
Um, and you got to fight that. So it's not only when you yourself makes a mistake, but others around you. And that's a conscious choice. Like, okay, let's circle around each other. We are each other's number one support group. So let's do support grouping things. And yeah, it's a challenge, but you got to choose to do it.
Yeah, we're experiencing currently in our household. I can see the burnout going into my kids. I'm not sure if it's coming from my attitude or my wife's, but I we can see them just getting at each other's nerves a little faster and harsher than before. And normally I would be like, "Oh, it's definitely because we're all in the same house and it's the holiday and we're home." And I'm like, "Wait, we're always home." So that didn't change. It's just the
Well, there's
season. I
teenage
don't know.
years is
That too.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a thing.
We're navigating that turbulent waters right now. We have a teenage son. We have two girls on the verge of being teenagers. They're 12 right now, twins. And we have a very precocious 7-year-old that just yeah,
And then
he's
there's
great.
Josh.
Then there's a huge Josh that is just yeah. So pray for my wife. um, but you know that brings up a good point, like prayer. We've been trying to do more of family study time, and that's something that has been on my heart for a while now, and it's hard to stay consistent. It's hard to find make yourself make the time important, um because it's very important, and it's a stupid thing they always say, hard to find the time, because it's really you do the things that we just talked about this in our Sunday school class yesterday. Sorry, life group class. Um, that you do what you do with your time, what you do with your money shows where your heart's at, really. Like if you spend all your time in your phone or spend all your time watching stupid Star Wars movies the entire day, that shows you where your heart's at versus where you should be, getting closer to God, leading your family closer to God. Um, that's what we're supposed to do. And it's not supposed to be easy, but that's what we're supposed to do. So, so you really like most of our problems stem from, I guess, us being lazy with our faith. Because if we were stronger in our faith or more disciplined in our faith through the holiday season, it'd be harder. I feel if we were focused more on Jesus and more on our faith and less on materialistic things, it'd be harder to fall away from that, in my opinion. Like we'd be more focused on what actually matters. And if we're focused on what actually matters, we wouldn't be focused on, you know, how crappy everything is around us if that's how we feel. So that's a probably a good starting place, when you're not what was the phrase? I said reset. You said what?
Renewal.
Renewal.
I didn't say renewal. The Bible said renewal.
Or you quoted the Bible saying renewal. So renewal means getting that Bible study plan going. It means getting that daily family Bible time in as well. And if you have a family member that is not as strong in the faith as you would like them to be or that they should be, this is renewal is doubling down and working with that. You're not going to save somebody. That's a hard fact that it's hard to get past sometimes when you're seeing people doing other things they shouldn't be doing or living worldly instead of living biblically. But your job is to sow those seeds. Your job is to create an environment for the Holy Spirit to do its work. Yes. So we need to be renewed in our faith this year. We should be doing more. Take it
And
away.
to the point I wanted to make earlier, or I was trying to make earlier, that every day is that opportunity for renewal. Every whatever is a pattern of a rhythm in your life. Everyone has different patterns and rhythms in your life, and you can choose to take any of those times. Like that's kind of my challenge that I try to take onto myself. Okay, what are my patterns? What are my rhythms that I have? It could just be my weekly work schedule, or just the other things that I have going on in my life, where I see that I've got a rhythm, that this is, I kind of hit my stride. I was not an athlete, but I knew enough. My brother and sister both running cross country growing up, like them talking about when you find your rhythm, then everything just kind of starts to flow and go a whole lot easier. Um, so giving some time to think through yourself, like, okay, when is it that I really kind of hit my stride? Like, okay, everything's falling into place and I'm really moving and trucking, things are going well. Figure out what your rhythm is. And if you get stumbled up on something at one point, like that's an opportunity for just having a renewal moment. It could be a 30-second prayer. It could be a 5-second prayer. Just like, okay, Lord, help me. Like I got off track here, and I'm not going to wait until January 1st. I'm not going to wait until Sunday when I'm back at church to pray for recommitment. Like every moment is a new chance. Every single moment is a new chance. Okay, God, like I can't do this on my own. I need you. And through prayer, I'm asking you to be my help, my strength, be my wisdom. We don't have to wait until there's a big sign hanging in front of us, or, well, it's, the morning is when I have my devotional time. The morning is when I have my prayer time or whatever. So I'll wait till tomorrow morning to deal with it. Like, and I'm not the best at this, but every moment is a chance. Okay, I can feel the stress or the anger, or I'm getting annoyed with the people around me. I can feel it welling up right now. That's even an opportunity. Just like, okay, hold on. I'm going to pause for a second, and I'm going to try to have a moment of renewing my mind and asking God to be the one who's leading that renewal of my mind. I need that right now. So God, can you help me with that?
New shirt
It's
idea,
a
Jimmy.
hard, huh?
Renewal thyself.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean that's a hard practice, a hard discipline to really master. But even if you're only partially doing it, it's better than not doing it ever at all.
Good words, Jimmy. Now it's time of the day. It's time for our takeaway action. What's our call to action here? And that is going to be renewal thyself.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, not renewing, renewal, right? Not refresh, renewal.
Not
Renewing,
refresh
renewal,
or reset.
reset.
Yeah.
Yes. So you need to completely overhaul yourself. You don't need to do everything different in your life, but you do need to reset yourself. You need to refresh and look back at what we're supposed to be doing, right? The answer is always scripture, right? You dive more into scripture, you'll probably end up better than you were when you started diving into scripture. Convicted or not, you're gonna be better. Trust me. So the challenge, that's as simple as to stick with that, Jimmy. The simple challenge: do one more bit of scripture reading this week. How's that? Is that a simple one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
then, but have that in your heart. Have that. What's that Bible verse you read, Jimmy, for reference?
Romans 12:2.
Romans 12:2. Have Romans 12:2 in your heart when you start your lesson this week or this every day, and think about how you can be renewed. Sad boy. Renewed. That's a good one.
That works.
Yeah. And then let us know. Like, reach back out to us, dadschoolpodcast.com. You can look at all of our contact linkies on there and fill a contact at the very bottom of the site, at the very bottom that no one probably ever goes to. Fill out a contact us form and let us know how you were renewed this week. Yeah. Check us out on Facebook.
We'd love to hear from you.
The Twitters, the Instagrams, everywhere. Man, we are everywhere. For you.
Everywhere. It's exhausting.
We're there. Yes, it's so exhausting. Okay. That's it for this week, Jimmy. You put us way over time. Just don't blame me for that one. And next week we'll be back with another exciting topic that's not renewal. But we'll see what happens.
Sounds great.
So have a good day. Bye.